Wow, that was a good catch by Uka. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
God, we're the Smiths and the Jacksons. It's not regular black, I tell you that.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? My brother got his nickname from John Madden because John Madden couldn't say the name. And
That's
he's like, so what
awesome.
happened was he was making a lot of plays. And after a while, you couldn't skip over him because if you have a hard last name and you make a play, like, let me tell you about that quarterback. That quarterback, and that time he was down on the floor. They just race over the name. But he forced him to say his name. He goes, shoot.
It was when him and the other guy.
Why am I?
Who had the heart transplant?
Was it Summerall? No,
it was Summerall. Pat Summerall.
Pat Summerall.
CBS.
And so he would go back and forth. So one day he goes like, forget this, KGB, and it just stuck. And then ever since then, everybody just.
I love John Madden.
Rolling with
John Madden be like, man, that's what I like about these little cornerbacks. You know, they go right in there. You know how they circle, boom, then bam, and I tell you, this guy, Mila. Yeah, I call him G. Miller. And Pat Summerall goes, it is a difficult name. Pat Summerall was one of my favorite. Remember Ronnie Lott?
Of course.
When Ronnie Lott would hit somebody, he'd go, that was Ronnie Lott. When he hit, he goes, you don't want to be in the middle of the field when Ronnie Lott got you. Like, yeah, man, that's awesome.
Were you ever embarrassed of your name, like growing up? Like, was there a time where you tried to hide from? I know I struggled with it at first in the beginning, and then until like Coming to America came out, and I was just like, all right, you know what? Forget it. Yes, I am. Yes. Like, did you go through that period?
I wasn't like embarrassed from it. I was just kind of embarrassed from like the reactions I will get from it. I love my name. You know what I mean? Of all my siblings, I was the only one that didn't really have like a nickname. I didn't grow up with a nickname. Like people start calling me Chin maybe in college.
Like the black dudes, yo, Chin, what's up, Chin?
Chin just kind of
came. You know, black people know how to short your shit. Yo, Chin, yo, Ak, what's good, Ak? That's right? Of course, they know God, what up? I'm like, lowercase G, lowercase G. Freedom. My boy John used to call me Freedom on campus. I went to Illinois. He'd be like, yo, Freedom. Yeah. I was like, I like that. Yeah, that's what's up.
So I loved it. It was different because oftentimes some people couldn't even tell I was Nigerian until they heard the name because they weren't familiar with like seeing Nigerians per se. And so when I would say my name, then they'd be like, oh, snap. And then it's a story, which is cool versus like it's immediately like you're trying to remix it or have some fun, which kind of made me funny because I can't.
Well, we
can't slap everybody
because people couldn't tell we were Nigerian until we said something.
Yeah. Right.
My sister is born in Nigeria. Yeah. And you can't tell, because we all look kind of the same. Yeah. But there's the relatives that look Nigerian. You go, oh, nah. You see that head? That's a Nigerian head. You know that Nigerian head? It's just round. And it's just this, you can tell when you see African.
But you know what? You know the other side of this too? The other side of that is when you meet proper, from, Nigeria, they come here and you tell them your name and it's the whole business. They give you the business. So like, have you because you don't have an accent, have you been like corrected on the spot?
Yeah, for sure. I'll see it all the time. Like if I'll say Chinadu in a joke versus like Chinedu, I'll get killed in the comments from people living in Nigeria. He can't even say his name. Right? How am I supposed to laugh at this?
Or they'll do this, or they go, he sounds like he's from Ghana. It's not Nigeria. I mean, I've been getting tore up by some Nigerians because I'll do stuff about Nigeria, and then I'll put up my little comedy about being Nigerian. And they're like, a lot of them are just hating. Like, I go, because if you say you're not Nigerian, they say, why would you? You should be proud of who you, okay, I'm going to say it. But you don't know how to say, it's like a back and forth. That's why, I don't know about you, did you like doing Nigerian shows? Like, like if some college,
like at some events where it
was Nigerians or
predominantly Nigerian?
Was it Nigerian American crowds or Nigerian?
So crowds? it was right because
there's a difference,
right? So I didn't mind. I hated it and I didn't mind at the same time. Like I loved it and I hated it for different reasons. Nigerian crowds, in my opinion, especially like you're doing like an event where it's not just a comedy show. You're doing an event. Like you're a comedian at a wedding, or you're a comedian at a graduation party. Because you're starting out, you're just chasing stages. And so Nigerian crowds are like the roughest crowds, especially like Nigerian elders. Usually you're battling chicken too. They gonna throw you up when the chicken come out. You know what I mean? And so they not even listen. They just talking at the tables.
And gel off hit too.
But it gives you an edge on stage. So you learn to either you're gonna die up there or you're gonna learn to figure it out. And so you really gotta like not care
What do
to
you
kind
mean
of
when
break
you
that.
say that? Like you say like you either gonna die. Like what?
Like you gonna bomb? You gonna let them take over the room, or you gonna demand you gonna demand your respect? You know what I mean?
Have you ever felt like you died on the stage?
No, I refuse. And so like I'll do what I got to do to like I'll go in the crowd, you know, I'll call this stuff out, and then now they paying attention to you. It's almost like they respect you for not allowing them to do that.
Up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now you have their attention. It's like first they want to see, are you gonna let us do this? You know what I mean? It's a weird thing in the room.
My father's like, because there was this place, my father had we had an uncle that owned a club. It's called the Equator Club in Chicago, all Nigerian club. It was pretty cool. Yeah. And then my father said, you should come down, because when I started doing comedy, they want you to come down and do some comedy. I was like, God, really? Yeah. Oh. And this is Nigerians. Like, they're like, yes, come just do like 5 minutes. And it'll be fine. It's just for the people. You should be connecting with your people.
It'll be good.
I said, what am I saying? No, I gotta go. My uncle Emmanuel, big old loud motherfucker. Godfrey, where are you going to comedy? They're waiting for you. Yeah. I was like, all right, yeah. And you know, I wasn't a vet or nothing. I'm like just starting, so I'm like, it was the worst. It was so bad because there's no stage. And it was dancing and eating. And this DJ, I'm not gonna lie. Now that I look at it, it was hilarious. Yeah. When I tell other Nigerian comedians, they laugh. This guy goes, okay, everybody, today we have entertainment. Entertainment. It was like, please clear the floor, please. Yeah. Please. The mic was trash. Yeah. This next one person coming up, he's a comedian. Huh? We got a comedian. He's going to tell some jokes for us. Yeah. Dude, it was the worst. He goes, he's Danchimah's son. Yeah. All right, let's see. Give it up. Godfrey Jr. Chukuma. Yeah. It was horrific. And the next day, my father's like, I'm sorry.
Your dad knew.
They just, you know, Nigerian, they're just some of them from the bush. They're just wild. They don't care. They don't. I'm not a big fan of Nigerian crowds like that. You would think it would be cool because they don't get sarcasm. A lot of times when you're like joke, they go, "Why would you say that?" I go, "It was sarcasm. it was a joke, bro."
You got to explain it.
Unless you're doing colloquial, you got to do Nigerian.
But
jokes. If you're doing,
is that right?
You gotta keep it clean. Yeah, you're there to do like, I mean, you could do like,
cursing.
You can do other jokes, but it gotta be, you gotta give them what they want to.
Yeah.
So you can do other stuff, but you gotta kind of mix it in.
So how do you work on your set for a Nigerian crowd versus like the American crowd?
Well, usually I don't really I don't do too many just Nigerian events anymore. When it does happen, it's usually like a favor for a family member, something like that. And at that point, I just do like a lot of crowd work. You know, I just mess around, make fun of the environment. At that time too, they're probably all familiar with me already. Okay. And so it's a less of a lift. Yeah. And then at that point, I just might do a couple Nigerian shows. So it's not too big of a difference.
Would you ever do one? Would you ever go like, I'm gonna build an entire set? Yeah. Because the process, like hanging around Cheryl Underwood and seeing how she goes through her process, I have so much respect for comedians because you guys, the process of building and then going out and practicing it and taking it and sharpening it, it's just like it is a tool problem. Had you ever thought about that? Like, you know, I'm gonna build a whole set.
For just?
For Nigerians?
Yeah. When I started out, like I said, I'm just chasing money, et cetera. And so the weddings pay well. You know, they do pay well.
They do be paying well.
So I was like, because you overcharge them because it's a wedding?
Yeah, because they say you start at 5. They start at 7. Yeah, I'm end up being a wedding planner. I'm like, bro, they asking me questions I'm not supposed to answer. I'm fighting. I'm trying to keep the microphone. Like, don't get an uncle the microphone. Like, all right, bet. I'm fighting him because I'm hosting it too. Yeah. You know?
So you're doing
way more work than just.
Of course. Oh, they don't just. They be like, we pay 7,000. You have to.
Yeah, you got to pay
some other. Which knows anytime they never drop in New Jersey, right here at the World Cup. 154 jersey, go get it.
Bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home.